Good morning, friends. So I have this really important message for you right now. The veils between worlds are extremely low right now. Maybe some of you have been having dreams talking to someone who's passed away. Last night, one of my cousins who passed away about 5 years ago just ended up showing up in my dreams. I haven't seen him in a while or even thought about him. And he took the chance to visit me and just talk to me. And it was really pleasant because it was just a really surreal moment. And it was brief because, the afterlife was calling him, but he found a way to just briefly come out and say hey, let people know that things were okay, that he was okay. Maybe you've had this type of experience as well. Maybe you've noticed that your guides have chosen to start talking to you more. Or for some people, your guides have not been talking to you at all. The reason why your guides wouldn't be talking to you is because this is a moment for you to self-reflect. This is a moment of extreme free will. This moment of ascension is a moment where your guides, if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, they don't necessarily have a point to step in and guide your free will. That's one of the main rules of the third dimension of being on Earth. Your free will can never be imposed on other than for yourself. You need to guide that free will. So if you feel like during this time your guides have abandoned you, they haven't. They're just waiting for you to make the right choice to empower yourself during this time of ascension. If you have been connecting more heavily with your guides, it's because you then made your decision towards your own free will, and they're going to help you guide you to the next level. If you've been talking to the dead, know that this is okay too. Whenever the dead call you and you don't want to talk to them, it's as easy as being like, I'm not going to do this. And you hang up the phone. Just understanding that all realities are parallel to each other. And during moments of extreme ascension and collective reforming, the veils between each other dimension are extremely low. Yes, this does mean that the veils between the positive realms, or what we perceive to be positive, are widely open and available, and also the negative realms that we perceive to be negative are open. This is why this ascension window right here is really important, because there are some people out there who are going through psychic attack. I hear it. I've been getting a lot of calls of people being like, oh my God, I feel like there's an entity attaching itself to me. I feel like there's this negative energy. I feel like I'm being psychically attacked. Someone's attacking my third eye, blah, 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 blah. It's because these people are living in fear. These people are living in a victimized three-dimensional consciousness of reality. Even though they are aware that they have options to get help for this in fourth dimension consciousness, if they're not living in fifth dimension consciousness, which is what we're doing here right now, just taking a moment to analyze what's going on in the world, to center ourselves, to love ourselves, to appreciate this moment of ascension. If a person's not here at 5D, they're automatically polarizing themselves to the negative, right? And those are the people who are feeding into fear, who are getting ready with guns, who are doing all these other things to protect themselves, expecting the exact worst of everything in reality. That is a lower density of reality. It's super important for you to understand that right now you are more accountable for if you want to be up here or if you want to be down here. Because at the end of this ascension window, wherever you're at is exactly where you're going to keep riding up from, all right? So for those of you who are vibrating low because you're feeding into fear, and it's understandable, the human condition has been programmed to absorb fear easily and to use DNA patterns in our system based off of trauma, fear, calamity to justify how we're feeling right now, to make us prepare, to make us do all these other things. But you need to understand that this is ancestral trauma. My ancestors went through the Great Depression. They went through World War II. And some of them went through the Inquisition. So with this type of energy, there is a lot of ancestral trauma that's coming out, especially for me. And this is happening for everyone. So it's a moment right now for you to recognize that right now you can even talk to your ancestors because the veils are so low. Talk to them, get their guidance, or simply meditate with yourself every morning and say, ancestors, we're meditating together and we're letting go of any patterns that no longer serve us. Take a deep breath and allow yourself right now just to take a second and connect with your ancestors. Even if you don't know what their names are, what they look like, they know you. They're connected through you. Feel them around you. Know that they're willing. Feel the other beings, the star people, the guides. And be in comfort knowing you're not alone. Even if you are at home alone, you are not. This is just an important energy update for you. Take advantage of this gap of reality. There's so much clean energy that we haven't had for such a long time because we've been bombarded with pollution and a bunch of other frequencies that are not natural to Earth. This is the best moment for you to meditate, to be doing some advanced energy work, to be really invested in yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. And what people don't realize is that, a lot of people who are lower density are saying, oh, well, when this is over, we'll go back to normal. Normal was not working. This is why this happened. So if you're sitting around waiting, saying, I'm waiting for when normal comes back, normal for you may have been very lower density, working constantly without getting the pay that you want, maybe not having the life that you want, not being happy. Normal, that's your normal. You need to pay attention to what your normal is and what your normal has to be. Now that we're going through this ascension window, is your normal waking up every morning knowing that you're extremely abundant and wealthy? Is this normal just knowing that everything's taken care of and stress is not something that really affects you like it affects other people? It's a time for you to self-reflect, to connect with your ancestors, and to reprogram your DNA through simply acknowledging these things. A lot of times we think about DNA activation as like this, or we had to activate all these light codes, or we had to do all this other stuff. It can really come down to you just being real with yourself and allowing yourself to transcend the illusion of the third dimension, the illusion of matter, the illusion of space, and even the fourth dimensional illusion of time. This is all something that should be taken into extreme consideration because you are ascending. And if you feel like you already ascended, you're still ascending because infinity is a loop and is never stopping. If you're looking to accelerate your ascension, if you're a light worker and you're ready to really conquer your reality, an empath or a psychic, go ahead, check out my link on my Instagram bio and underneath my YouTube page if you see this on YouTube. Sending you all the love. Share this with as many people as you feel need to hear this, and I'll see you in our next video.